Hello everybody, welcome to a impromptu and unexpected interesting modelling company pop-up live, and I've just suddenly realised I haven't plugged my microphone in. That shows you how pop-up this is. Unbelievable. Hello. Let's try again. Hello everybody, welcome to this unscheduled interesting modelling company pop-up live. It was a very, very quick one today because two things. First of all, a product that Mike Williams flashed up to us on the timeline. So I went down to Lidl and got one. We'll talk about that in a second. And also just a quick thing this afternoon rather, about sludge washes. Wanted to do a little quick demo about this, but I will do a proper one at some stage in the future. So without further ado, thank you to Mike Williams for pointing this out to us. I managed to get down to my local Lidl today, and for £7.99, picked up one of these, which I've got to say, from Mike's photographs, looks awesome. So let's see what you get in the box. And wow, look at this. Right. Well, you do get a vice of some sorts, which I suppose, yes, that's that. And those are the bits that make up the vice. Probably not, probably does have some modelling uses. I think it definitely says it's got some modelling uses, but that's secondary to me at the moment, because what did catch my eye were the drill bits and things. A rather nice chuck, which does seem to be rather well made, actually. I begin to think I might go down and get another set of these. And it does feel quite substantial, feels well made. The action on it is smooth. But you also get a selection of bits. Now, some of these probably are a little bit on the large side for modelling. That was a childproof lock. No wonder I can't open it. Goodness me. There we go. Oh, that's clever. So, yeah, I think these are the kind of drill bits you're probably going to use in modelling once in a blue moon, but it's a nice selection. But then there is this packet here. And that is pretty neat. There are some quite small ones. There's some 0.5s, 0.6s, some 1s, 1.2s, 1.5s, 1.8s, 2s, 2.3s, and 3s. So these kind of come in pairs or multiples. I get the feeling these you're probably going to be breaking them, because I know I have. But do you know what? That is a really, really neat little set from Lidl. I mean, that on its own for £7.99, I think, is awesome sauce. But the addition of the vice as well. Let's put the vice together, shall we? Oops. Should read the instructions on how this goes together, but I'm a modeler, so let's have a look. What do we have here? Okay, they're like holders and things. So, okay, well, we'll assemble it in full, just for giggles. And yeah, that goes down that way. So yeah. So essentially, these just screw in like so. I'll just temporarily do it for now. But in fact, might help if I put the jaws in. Oh no, actually, how does that work out? Yes, you can do either. Sorry, yes, you can do either. So you can use these, or you can use these kind of padded jaws as well. So, but yeah, thanks to Mike for this. This is an excellent little set. And had he not highlighted this to us today, I would have gone down to Lidl. I had to go down to Lidl doing my shopping today. I'd gone down there and I'd have missed this completely. They did have some other tooly things there, and I was trying to have a quick look in there, but it was absolutely crowded in there. I don't know, bank holiday coming up, and I just wanted to be in and out as quick as possible. So I grabbed one of these, and that was it. So yeah, there we go. So could probably do with a little bit of WD-40 on there or some GT85, but apart from that, like I say, I'll probably use this less, but it's a welcome addition. So yeah, thanks for that, Mike. That was a really neat thing to spot. But certainly, this on its own for $7.99, I think, is more than worth the price of admission. So, and frankly, you can never have too many drill bits, because I'm always breaking them, or I'm losing them, or I'm breaking them then losing them. So thanks for that, Mike. That was a really smart spot. That yeah, I can see instructions are only somebody else's opinion. Absolutely, yes, I do realize, Ian, you have to twist it. And Philip Jones says, must go down to Lidl after show. Good idea. Yeah, really impressed with that. So there we go. The Interesting Modelling Company, yet again, investing for your entertainment. So that was that. Now, the other thing I just very quickly wanted to kind of talk about tonight, this afternoon, is sludge washes. And this was following post Al Murray put up about he's been using pigments on his latest Airfix Cromwell. And I will do another video of this, a proper one and a better one. But I just thought this afternoon I'd just do a quick thing about sludge washes. So what we have here is a little thing of some pigments, and this is Vallejo Green Earth, which is a good overall kind of dusty color, I find. And what I'm going to do is just a jar of water here and add a bit to the pigment like so, and create essentially a sludge or a paste, call it what you will. Not too thick, not too thin, that's probably about perfect. And then what I'm going to do is, these are the wheels for the Bushmaster. So I'm literally, in fact, that is, see, rookie error, that is too thin. So we'll just add a bit more. That's more like it. It needs to be kind of like the consistency of Shipham's paste, probably tuna rather than ham. So there we go, that's more like it. So we just brush it in. You can be quite heavy-handed because there is a method to this madness. But the idea is you just want to get it into all the tread detail and cover the front, cover the back. So that's that one done, and we'll just do the other one while we're at it. Let's just get that, coat it in. Like I say, you really want to make sure you get all of the pigment, the sludge wash, into all the tread detail. And there, like so. Yep, that's good. I'm using a fairly old brush here. I think this is one of the Humbrol green ones. So that's that. Oh. Now, what will happen is you will end up with when it's dried, and the best Blue Peter traditions, here's one I prepared earlier, you will end up with one which dries like that. So what you do, you get a gnarly old brush, and this is, what's this? It's a Humboldt stipple brush. If you go down to kind of like Home Bargains or the Works or Poundland, you can get brushes like these. I always make sure I've got some, because these are brushes that get used to destruction, and they're really kind of coarse, which is just what you want. So with this coarse brush, you then start brushing off the excess of the pigment. Because you've mixed it with water, it's not very strong. It's not going to stick very well. So you just go at it like so, and also get rid of the stuff around the rim of the tire. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then what you end up with is a tire where all the pigment is still sticking into the tread detail, but it's largely cleared all the external surfaces. Now, I probably work on this a little bit more just to get rid of it, but that is essentially what a sludge wash is. It looks a little bit extreme on the camera there, but it's because of the picture quality. But in reality, it actually leaves quite a nice film of dust in the tread there. Now, the one thing is that is quite fragile. So what I tend to do is I get some white spirit or some enamel thinner. You can use a mixture of water and varnish, but you just need something to fix it in place. So I'm going to use some Humbrol enamel thinner. And this is where you have to be quite kind of careful, is I just touch it and then let it soak in. And what that will do is it will fix the pigment in place. But you've got to be quite careful not to drag the brush or do anything where you end up streaking the pigment. Like I say, I will do a proper one with this because I've got that 24 scale Italeri Jeep to do at some stage. But again, in best Blue Peter traditions, here's one I've done earlier. And so you do end up with a rather nice kind of dusty effect on the tyres. So that's it. It's very, very, like I said, it's a very coarse and very basic explanation of the technique. But I do find that sometimes, you know, we as modelers we're using enamel paints, we're using oil paints, we're using all these kinds of things to get dusty effects. When actually, sometimes the best thing is actually dust or pigment. So anyway, that's it. This is only a short one. Wayne says the interesting modelling companies. He says the interesting modelling companies. Who's Brad? Yeah, who's Brad exactly? And Dan says, I just left the room for a second. Is that just pigment and water? Yeah, Dan, that's all it is just pigment and water. You can do this technique with pigment and enamel thinner or white spirit as well. That does tend to make the sludge wash a little bit more hardier, but I found in the past that sometimes it then can be really recalcitrant to remove. So I prefer to go for a more fragile sludge mix with just pigment and water, and that I find it does remove quite easily, and then just fix it in place with a little bit of, like I say, a little bit of enamel thinner. You can try it. You can do various things. You could do enamel thinner. You can do enamel thinner with a little bit of varnish. You can use pigment fixer, which I think is essentially what that is. You can use water and matte varnish, just pure enamel thinner. Just try what you want. Try and see what works best for you. And and Moz says, just got notified and it's ending. Well, it's on catch up, so you can watch it after we finished here. But yeah, long story short, for those of you who've turned up late, the meat and potatoes today was this Parkside hand drill set that Mike Williams flagged up to us, which, as I showed earlier on, it comes with a vise, but also a rather neat drill vise as well, and an excellent set of bits, 0.5, 0.6, 1, 2, 1.5, 1.8, 2, 2.3 and 3 mil, and also some slightly chunkier ones, which might have some household uses. They might even have modelling uses, actually. I'm thinking they're reaming out gun barrels, tank gun barrels, things like that. But anyway, long story short, fabulous value for $7.99, I feel. So that's it. That is literally it for today. I am in the process now. In fact, I'm just going to wipe the workbench because I hate having pigments on the workbench, which is why I don't use them that often. So a quick update on where are we with the Bushmaster. There we go. So essentially we've got everything painted on it now, all done. So it's just a case now of doing the detail painting, and then we're good to go. We can start putting the decals on, seal it, a little bit of a light wash on it, and that's it. Fini. We're going to get that one finished hopefully by the new year, which I know is tomorrow. So I'm going to have to pull my finger out and get on with it. So on that note, this genuinely, I know we said last week that'll be it until the new year. Then we've had about 3 or 4 shows since then. This is genuinely the last one for 2021. So on that note, yes, I know I said that before. We definitely are this time. On that note, thank you to everybody who supported this year. Thank you to Frew Model Centre, to Antics in Bristol, to Freight Dog, to Jad Lamb, and to Airfix Hornby, and to the Hobby Company as well. Thank you to Drew. Thank you to Spencer as well, and to everybody who's guested on the show. Kim Smith, who came on for the Festival of Modelling. Jen Wright. Ivan, who came on the show as well. Matt Irvin. We've got some guests lined up in the new year that we're going to chat to. But in the meantime, the biggest thanks of all is to you, the viewers, the people who have tuned in to watch this nonsense. We genuinely, we were talking about this after the show yesterday, but we genuinely do appreciate the fact that you tune in to watch this utter nonsense all the time. So thank you very much. We will endeavour to continue in the new year. So until then, finally, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay out of trouble, and a happy new year to everybody. See you over the hill. Bye now.